Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Due to the fact that I've been getting some responses from people concerning different things, different issues, and the needs and necessities of the people they vary, they're different. But the overwhelming majority of the people, they are in need of information concerning potential cases that they're going through. So what I've chosen to do today is basically give some information concerning the right way to go as it relates to protecting yourselves. The purpose of my first videos are to give some insight on the definition of words and terms and things of that nature. And we'll have time to do that, but at this point I don't want to bore the people. I just want to give benefit where benefit can be given. So what I'll do is I'm going to take from the survival scroll, so to speak, and give you the silver bullet for dealing with any kind of cases that you may be dealing with, whether it's child support, any kind of case. It could even be a case that is not necessarily something that I should be protecting you or helping you protect yourself from. If a person has a dope charge or some other issue, the society we live in has created this cesspool. So in order to get some kind of change, in the system, to get some kind of reprieve, so to speak, we need to let them know that we can defend ourselves and we know what it is as it relates to the society and what they're trying to do, and their creation of bonds and their abuse and their neglect of the natural persons. Again, I like to say that these videos are not a forum for Islamic debate, or really a place to discuss Islam. That wasn't my intention. My intention here is to discuss law, to give good solutions to practical problems, everyday problems concerning indigenous people, specifically Muslims. And because the Muslims have so much jahiliyyah with them, we have so much jahiliyyah with us, and we have so many things that are really un-Islamic as it relates to how we proceed with our families, how we proceed with each other and the world in general, and how we perceive ourselves. That's the main thing. How we perceive ourselves is wrong, and it is incorrect. It is erroneous. So what we'll do is let you guys know and understand that there are 3 sections of law, and one of those sections of law, or those reasons that law was brought into being statutorily, as it relates to the statutes, and those statutes are the colorable laws, those things that look, smell, feel like law, but they're not law. They're not common law. They are laws which states have come up with in the form of codes, regulations, ordinances, things of that nature. So the part of law that we're going to be dealing with right now, it is from the remedial division of law, or seeking remedy and relief. But there's a caveat here, there's a warning, and there's something that we need to understand and know, is that The only time that a person needs relief is if they are sick. The only time that a person needs remedy is when they are sick. And the only time that a person needs relief is when they are under stress. They are under duress. So we as Muslims should strive not to be sick. We should strive not to live our lives in controversy. So we should get over the sickness, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the cure. Allah says that within the Quran there is a healing and there is a balm for you. Balm, B-A-L-M. Something that you put on. You can physically utilize the Quran. And Allah has given us the capacity to defend ourselves by any means. Halal. So what I have here is a number of Supreme Court rulings, United States codes, international law that will give you some insight as to how to defend yourselves. If you utilize it properly in the courts, if you watch my videos, I'm going to be dealing with affidavits, how to file affidavits, things of this nature. And we're going to continue to go into the definitions of terms as well, so that you have a nice footing for all those concerned. You'll have a nice base as to how you should be dealing with your issues. So I'm going to read from the survival scrolls at this point, and I hope you understand. I'll try my best to, in a timely manner, break down what it is. First, we should understand that 1933 49 Statute, 3097 Treaty Series, 881 Convention on Rights and Duties of States. It stated Congress replaced statutes. You can look up a statute and see what that is. Congress replaced statutes with international law, placing all states in the United States under international law. Next, December 9th, 1945, the International Organization Immunities Act. It relinquished every public office in the United States to the United Nations. So every public office in the United States falls under international law. The immunities of the United Nations. Next, 22 CFR 92.12 through 92.31. FR heading, Federal Relationship. Foreign relationships. This is international law still. States that an oath is required to take any public office in the United States. As it relates to foreign relations, it is an oath of office that has to be taken. So, the president, police, sheriff, judges, and our point here today is to enlighten you as it relates to judges. What I'm reading now is pertinent to judges. Next, Title 8 USC 1481 states that once an oath of office is taken, citizenship to the United States is relinquished. Thus, you become a foreign entity, agency, or state. So once an oath of office is taken by any of these people in the United States who claim to be heads of office, judges, anyone who has taken an oath of office, they are now a foreign entity, an agency, or a state. And their citizenship upon taking that oath has been relinquished. That means that every public office is a foreign state, including the political subdivisions, i.e., for an example, every single court is considered a separate foreign entity. This is why every city you go to, every municipality, every county has its own courts. And you don't just have one major court for America. because we're not functioning in an American capacity. We're functioning as the United States, which we'll clarify a little more here. Next, we have Title 22, USC, Foreign Relations and Intercourse, Chapter 11, identifies all public offices as foreign agents. Next, Title 28, USC 3002, Section 15A states, the United States is a federal corporation and it is not a government, including the judiciary procedural section. So the United States is not what we usually would think that it is. The United States is a federal corporation. It has a Dun& Bradstreet number. It is a company, and it is a company for profit, and it is separate from the United States of America. That separation came in the year 1871, approximately 6 years or so after the Emancipation Proclamation, when slavery was over, when the Civil War was over, when we were free as indigenous people, quote unquote black people, they call us, Negroes, niggers, whatever they want to say. This is what they this is when they let us free in 1864. So in 1871, when the country was bankrupt, when they had no more revenue from slavery, when they had no more revenue from 400 years of free labor, when there was no more exports of rice, tobacco, and cotton, they needed then to enslave everybody, no matter what color they were, no matter what persuasion they assumed. They were now under the federal corporation with the act, what is called the Act of 1871, where the United States of America created the United States Corporation. Next, we have federal rules of civil procedure. States that the court's jurisdiction and immunity falls under a foreign state. So the jurisdiction of the courts is whatever you give them, because they are foreign entities, and you don't have to. They are under the presumption that when you walk in there, that you are under their jurisdiction. Next, we have the 11th Amendment. For those who don't know what an amendment is an attachment to the Constitution where they wanted to clarify or make a change. The 11th Amendment states that the judicial powers of the United States shall not be construed to extend any suit in law or equity commenced or prosecuted against one of the United States by citizens of another state or by a citizen or subject of a foreign state. Therefore, if anyone who's taken an oath of office wants to leverage a lien, or they want to sue you, or they're bringing some suit against you and they're going to adjudicate the situation for you, then those people who have taken an oath of office who are coming at you, they are a foreign state, as has been previously mentioned in the codes and the titles that I mentioned a few minutes ago. A foreign entity, agency, or state cannot bring any suit against a United States citizen without abiding the following procedures. Number one, Title 22 CFR 93.1 through 93.2 states that the Department of State has to be notified of any suit, and in turn has to notify the United States citizen of that said suit. 2. They have to adhere to Title 28 USC 1330, which states that the United States District Courts has to grant permission for the suit to be pursued once the court has been supplied sufficient proof that the United States citizen is actually a corporate entity. So they have to come forth, whoever's bringing the suit has to come forth and prove that you